Hey, what's up, universe? It's 5:14 p.m. on Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. I've been crying. And I just want to put out there the thing, this is about that show. This is about the show Atypical on Netflix. And honestly, the thing that strikes me the most, that it stirs in me the most, is about just how, and I want to say how we love each other, right? Like, in the sense, I don't know, it's displayed in the show, so that must mean that there's a section of the population that also feels the same. So that's why I want to say we, but how we love each other, basically, like, you know, the connections, the little, you know, if you've seen Good Will Hunting, it's the little things, right? It's the little idiosyncrasies, it's the little mannerisms, the things that just kind of make us us, and what those little things are, you know, within the relationship. You know, somebody who gets us, right? Having a I can't even say the phrase, because it chokes me up. Having a person, and so that the show really stirs that in me, really moves that inside of me. And it's displayed in more than one context in the show, right? And so it's not just one relationship, like there's multiple relationships illustrated in the show that have that loving kind of connection quality. And so it's pretty cool to just see it exemplified, I think, in different ways. But the fundamental principle being the same, right? Connection and love and support, and what that means, and just thinking about, you know, where I was at after having decided to divorce Reese, and just questioning pain as a metric, you know, of love. It's 1717, 517, 1717, sorry. But yeah, using pain as a metric of love, or suffering, you know, as a metric of love, you know, which wraps into my questioning of magnitude, right? The magnitude of things, like something is or is not, you know, something happened or didn't happen, you know, like the magnitude of a thing, I think sometimes is a distraction. Yet I also will absolutely 100% admit I get lost in the magnitude. Like, well, if it's how bad, or right, you know, and I don't even like those terms, but I absolutely get that type of relationship to an experience. So anyway, to kind of go back here, using pain and suffering as a metric of love, and the magnitude of the pain and suffering as, like, how much did you love someone, right? I've never, like, I can relate to that because I was modeled that and I've learned that, and yet I question that too, because I never really thought that was a great thing. Like, if I went back to, and I'm not religious, you know, I don't identify as a Christian. This is, to me, just an example, right? Where it's like, I don't remember Jesus saying, like, well, if you loved me enough, or if you loved me this much, like, I don't remember the Bible introducing a scale of suffering. Now, I'm not, admittedly, as well, like a huge student of the Bible, but I also just, over my time of research of a variety of topics, I don't think that's a thing. So it just makes me wonder why we use it as a thing. Yet the answer that I came to after some discussion with some of the men in Costa Rica was, and this is the conversation I have with Milo too, it's about contrast, right? Contrast. And sometimes that magnitude is what provides the contrast, and through the contrast is where awareness comes, that's how we know what good or bad is, right, so to speak, is through the contrast. Even though it doesn't really exist, our experience definitely, we definitely experience duality, so that is a valid thing, the experience we need to acknowledge. And so the magnitude is necessary for the contrast, is where I'm at with that. And because the contrast is what is necessary for us to have awareness, then there you go. So I just, yeah, to me, I like to connect with it that way rather than like, I don't think it's quite, it doesn't seem healthy to me to be like, well, if you suffered this much, like literally wishing pain on somebody, and it's like, like, yeah, because that just doesn't seem like real love, that seems like a misdirected principle, right? Not in line with nature. Anyway, I just, there's a lot that it brings up for me, obviously. And I don't know what else to really say about that. I'm obviously missing it. So I find that to be more or less what I'm looking to put out there. So that show really brings it up, really punctuates it, reminds me, and it's a way to, that particular contrast, right? Being moved that way is also a good reminder of what it is like to be grounded and centered and connected to myself. It's not like it's not a complete, not ignoring, right, that having somebody and having that type of connection, is obviously healthy, and I have the capacity for, and it's just as valid of an experience as also being grounded in myself and not, learning that contrast of not truly losing myself in another, understanding where that identity came from for the first 44 years of my life and things like that. So, and there was a lot of gratitude too, that I speak to everybody that's contributed to my journey. This show can remind me of that as well. And that's literally everybody. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm gonna go cry some more. So, let me see if I can close this out, and then I'll go cry. Ground myself so that I'm not leaving you with that. Holy shit. Sorry, it felt like I just drooled. Man, sorry, that's very unbecoming, it seems. Maybe I didn't even drool, but it totally felt like it. All right. Not quite sure I'm entirely centered. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for journeying with me. Thank you for the time and the space. Thank you for your generosity. And I love you guys. Talk to you later.